Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a look at a universal paradox that I know you've experienced. I mean, think about it. We literally spend our entire workday daydreaming about our free time, right? We're counting down the hours. But then, 5 p.m. finally hits, we crash on the couch, fall down some scrolling rabbit hole on our phones, and suddenly, boom, it's bedtime. So if you've been sitting there wondering, how on earth can I transform my evening from mere recovery into actual growth? Well, you are in the exact right place. Let's unpack the science and actually reclaim those after-work hours.
Here's our chronological blueprint for today. We're going to start with the evening paradox, then move into the shutdown ritual, defeating energy vampires, the 90-minute growth block, and finally wrap up with smarter sleep science.
All right, Section 1, the evening paradox. Why do we waste our free time?
If you are constantly frustrated by your own exhaustion after a long day, I need you to hear this right now. You are not broken. Why do we waste our free time? Well, it's simply because your brain is a total comfort junkie. It evolved as a survival machine to keep you safe from starvation, not to, write novels or build a side hustle after 5 p.m. To your brain, doing hard things triggers a stress response. So, what does it do? It naturally defaults to the path of least resistance just to conserve energy.
But changing this requires a really profound mindset shift. You see, most of us view our evening as kind of like borrowed time, a debt we're paying off from the absolute exhaustion of the day. But if you want to transform your evening from recovery into growth, you have to stop trying to manage your time and start managing your energy instead. Think of it this way. Every single moment of intentional rest is an investment that builds up tomorrow's reserves.
Moving on to Section 2, the shutdown ritual, bridging work and life.
We have all had that annoying moment where work stress sneaks into our thoughts right as we're trying to relax. To stop this, you need what's called the shutdown ritual. And this isn't just some cute productivity concept, it's a vital psychological trigger. You can't just let work bleed into your personal time and expect your brain to somehow magically know it's time to chill out. You need a brief, physical micro-habit to literally tell your brain to deactivate work mode.
The absolute beauty of this ritual is just how insanely simple it is. Step 1, physically stand up from your workspace. Step 2, take 3 deep breaths. Step 3, physically close your laptop. That's it. It takes less than 30 seconds. But by stacking these tiny actions together, you are signaling a profound mental shift to your nervous system. You're firmly, officially closing the door on the workday.
Now, obviously, work thoughts are still going to try to sneak in. They always do. Most people try to build this massive brick wall between work and life, which honestly just creates more tension. Instead, you want to build a transition bridge. So if a work task pops into your head, treat it like a wandering puppy. You don't yell at a puppy, right? You just gently guide it back to its bed. It's the exact same thing here. Just guide your attention back to your evening, gently and consistently.
All right, Section 3, defeating energy vampires, digital boundaries.
I want you to take a hard look at your bedroom tonight. Is it essentially a satellite office filled with bright screens, pinging alerts, and you just doom scrolling in bed? Because those are energy vampires. To recover properly, you need to intentionally design an evening sanctuary. This means implementing an analog hour before bed, dimming the lights to calm your subconscious down, and maybe even practicing what's called app mortality, literally deleting one distracting app from your phone every single evening.
And you know what another massive energy vampire is? Decision fatigue. By 6 p.m., your decision-making muscles are completely fried. You only have a limited amount of mental bandwidth every day. So please don't waste it on trivial evening choices. Just eliminate them. Pick out tomorrow's clothes tonight. Plan your meals ahead of time. Set up your morning workspace. By removing that friction now, you preserve your mental energy for actual growth.
Let's get into Section 4, the 90-minute growth block, reclaiming your time.
This is where we actually shift from just lying on the couch to doing things we truly love. See, our energy isn't flat. It moves in a biological wave. Between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., right after work, your energy naturally drops. We all feel it. But miraculously, between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., it naturally rises again before dropping off for sleep. The secret here is working with this natural curve rather than fighting against it.
So here is exactly how you utilize that biological peak. The 90-minute evening block. You divide this time into 2 power phases. Phase 1 is pure recovery. This hits right during your energy dip. It's your time for decompression and absolutely zero decisions. Then, as your energy rises around 7 p.m., you transition into Phase 2, growth. This is when you learn that new language, work on a hobby, or exercise. You're literally leveraging your body's biological peak for personal development.
Now, to maximize that growth block, you want to avoid the trap of doing the exact same hobby every single night, because that just leads to evening boredom. Instead, try creating a rotating wheel of activities, maybe reading one night, drawing the next, or learning an instrument. This triggers what's called creative cross-pollination. As these different activities mix together naturally, your brain stays flexible and builds incredible new neural pathways. It's an absolute biohack for your creativity.
And finally, Section 5, Smarter Sleep Science, the ultimate recharge.
Listen, you can have the best evening routine in the entire world, but true recovery requires mastering your sleep architecture. Enter the science-backed 3-2-1 power down rule. 3 hours before bed, absolutely no heavy meals. 2 hours before bed, no work or stress. 1 hour before bed, no screens. This timeline perfectly steps your nervous system off the gas pedal so you can transition smoothly into high-quality rest.
And here is a number that is going to completely change how you view sleep forever. 90. Because sleep isn't just about the total hours you spend in bed, like you're a phone plugged into a charger. It actually operates in 90-minute cycles, moving from light to deep to REM sleep. If your alarm goes off in the middle of a 90-minute deep sleep cycle, you're going to feel incredibly groggy, even if you just slept for 9 hours. But if you time your sleep so you wake up at the exact end of a cycle, you will wake up shockingly energized.
To make sure those cycles are deeply restorative, you need to biohack your environment into a sleep cave. Let's hit these rapid fire. Make the room pitch black. Drop the temperature to between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius. Consider taking magnesium glycinate to relax your muscles. Block out blue light an hour prior. And if you ever struggle to nod off, look up the U.S. military sleep method. It's this amazing technique of progressive muscle relaxation that can literally get you to sleep in under 2 minutes flat.
Now, here is something truly wild about what happens during that deep sleep. Your brain is running a literal night shift. Neuroscience shows that during deep sleep, your brain cells physically shrink down so that cerebrospinal fluid can wash through your brain tissue. It acts exactly like a dishwasher, clearing out all the toxic metabolic waste that built up during the day. So sleep isn't lazy time, right? It is an absolute biological necessity.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to remember the compound effect. A 1% daily improvement equals a 3,778% yearly improvement. Implementing a shutdown ritual, rotating your hobbies during a growth block, or setting up a sleep cave, these might feel like tiny, insignificant choices tonight. But these systems compound like interest, creating massive, undeniable changes in your life over the course of a year.
The manual is in your hands now. You know the science of energy curves, the power of a transition bridge, and the biology of sleep. So the only question left to ask is, how will you invest your energy tonight to design the life you want tomorrow? Pick just one system we talked about today and put it into practice this evening. You've got this.